Welcome back to the news at 10. We're moving on to business news now. Here's Harriet Agbenyu.
You first. First Bank.
Welcome to Business News. The central bank has revised operational guidelines for bureau de change operators 14 years after the guidelines were released as the Apex Bank struggles to strengthen the naira, prevent money laundering and terror funding. But as part of the guidelines, any purchase of foreign currencies by intending travelers must be supported by a bank verification number, validly issued visas, ticket and passport, and a sales receipt duly signed by the customer, and BDCs are required to keep such documents for at least 6 years. A lack of proper documentation attracts a fine of 1 million naira and 3 months suspension, while incomplete documentation of customers' identification attracts a fine of 500,000 naira and 3 months suspension. The regulator says all existing branch offices of BDCs will also be closed within 90 days, as the new guideline stipulates no BDC shall have a branch office outside its registered premises. The new guidelines become operational January 1, 2016. Well, analysts at the financial derivatives companies say the new year 2016 will be a year of economic growth, recovery, naira adjustment, and consistent decline of interest rates. A new report released by the company also forecasts an end to petrol subsidies as commodities are drawn deeper into fallen prices. The FDC anticipates that news on election annulments and high-profile conviction of corrupt public officers will keep trickling in. The Nigerian mortgage refinance company's plan to raise fresh 28.5 billion naira equity capital has been described as strategic for the growth of the country's mortgage industry. According to investors and operators at the NASD OTC market, the proposal is one of the most watched opportunities expected to drive liquidity in the unlisted securities market space.
Well, I think the potential is quite strong. As you heard today, the mortgage companies see it as a strategic investment. They will probably want to get their hands on it. I believe that the company itself is in a very unique position. It's a near monopoly and it's pretty well funded. So I think even ordinary investors will want to get their hands on those shares as well.
Well, what is suggested, I'm sure as NMRC is also a PLC, it's not being listed officially, but it also means shareholders, for them to transfer the shares, must trade it on the OATs. It's also good. It's good for both parties, both for NMRC and the shareholder banks like Trust Bond. Because, of course, if we talk about NMRC and talk about future prospects, people can also examine and look at NMRC and see how it affects our operations of our company. So it's good for the market. The more shares that are traded on the market, like on the ATC or NASD, the better for the economy and for our subsector, which is the mortgage industry.
Moody's Ratings has affirmed the Nigerian government's BA3 issuer rating with a stable outlook. According to Moody's, the rating is based on factors including the strength of the federal government's balance sheet and the country's robust medium-term real GDP growth prospects. The rating agency, however, says it has lowered Nigeria's foreign currency ceiling for bonds to BA2 from BA1, which reflects a higher risk that the government would impose a moratorium on other external borrowers in the event of its own severe financial distress. Moody's also notes that Nigeria's local currency bond and bank deposit ceilings remain at BAA3, while the foreign currency ceiling for bank deposits is unchanged at B1. Well, at the close of trading today, the NSE All-Share Index gained 23 basis points to finish at 27,269.70. Bolaji Akinwale reports that market breadth closed positive today.
Welcome to the Stock Market Report. The Nigeria equities market closed the week on a positive note as the benchmark index inched up by 0.23% to close at 27,269.71. The market's capitalization stood at 9.37 trillion naira. On the gainers pack, Forte Oil led at 248 naira per share. Nigerian brewers ended at 116 naira 31 kobo, while flour mills appreciated to 20 naira 47 kobo per share. On the flip side, Dangote Cement was the heaviest loser and is followed by Total and 7-Up. On the volume chart, Guaranty Trust Bank topped with 21.4 million shares. Transcorp came in at 15.47 million shares, and Zenith Bank recorded 11.49 million shares. In all, investors exchanged 3.06 billion naira for 141.40 million shares in 2,843 deals. That's it in the stock market report. I am Bolaji Akinwale.
Let's end business news tonight with a look at how other markets fared. Well, investors booking profit off some of those major indices. But that's it on Business News tonight. I'm Harriet Agbenyi. The rest of the news at 10 continues in just a moment.
You first. First Bank.
Residents of Festac, Amuadofin and adjoining areas can now shop in style, and they have UACN Property Development Company to thank for this with the opening of Festival Mall. The shopping centre, situated on 3.2 hectares of land, is designed to give customers a unique shopping experience.
Festival Town, also known as Festac, Amuwo-Odofin, and other connecting areas in the Badagry division of Lagos State, southwest Nigeria, have stepped up a notch in status. Festival Mall is now here, a feat worthy of celebration. Located on 3.2 hectares of prime land, the Festival Mall is equipped with all that will cater for the needs of prospective customers. A feat worthy of celebration.
This mall prides itself with such facilities as 500 plus car parking bays, a sewage treatment plant, a water treatment plant, fire alarm and firefighting system, 24/7 CCTV surveillance system, armed police patrol, and an independent power plant.
The time has come for the formal commissioning, a responsibility bestowed on the Special Advisor on Commerce and Industry to the Lagos State Government.
What they have done here is going to promote the economy of this country, and most Lagos State in particular, because if you know how many people working here, you know we have a lot of people working here. It's part of what we want in Lagos State, at least to create job for people who have no job, and small-scale industry also, you know, there are a lot of place for them to sell their markets here, and it's a very good one.
First-class structure. You've seen right from what we experience inside in terms of the assortment of stores. These are world-class brands. It's also a great shopping ambience that we see in there. And then you look at the entire complex itself. It's an entertainment center which has been activated in this neighborhood. So I think the people of Festac Town, Amuwo-Odofin, Okota, Satellite Town have a great opportunity to experience what other people in other parts of Lagos and even possibly other parts of the world is experiencing.
Initiators of this project say its commissioning at this time is strategic, being just a few weeks to Christmas. So for those yet to shop for the holidays, UACN Properties says happy shopping.
Still ahead on the news at 10, suspended UEFA President Michel Platini loses bid to upturn a 90-day ban at the Court of Arbitration for Sports. And that's on sports. Do stay with us.